Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. We know what Fridays mean. So you remember the line in the movie, I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse. That's literally what the Biden administration and the government is doing to us right now. Except not to your benefit. It's more like I'm going to make a deal. I'm going to make you a deal you can't refuse. That's kind of how the line would go. We all know the school system has become a indoctrination system. They don't teach the kids reading, writing, and arithmetic. They teach them wokeness and liberalism and transgender crap. Okay, that's literally what's going on in the school system right now. And a lot of people have pulled their kids out of the school system for the absolute crap education that they get because of things like Common Core and everything. I mean, I told you the other day about college grads who can't even tell you what the capital of the United States is or how many states there are. Okay. That's the quality of the education system that we get in the United States at this point, public education system at least. Gee, I wonder why. Okay. It's gotten to the point now where, and I've said this a few times already, the Democrats are threatening the public either do what we want or, this isn't going to happen. Basically, the Democrats' policy now in government is extortion. Okay. And we all know one of the easiest ways to extort people is by food. All right. How many times have we talked about, like CBDC and things like that? I'm sorry, Mr. Pinball, you've exceeded your allotment of apples this week. Therefore, you can't buy any more apples, right? Whatever it would be. And a lot of people will come up and say, oh, that's never going to happen. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's happening, all right? And here's exactly how. This week, the USDA, under the Biden administration guidance, has now determined that schools will not get federal funds for the school lunch program unless they allow boys in the girls' bathroom, girls in the boys' bathroom, whatever it would be. Okay, unless they make the restroom facilities in the schools gender neutral. Now, I'm sorry, but when you are in your formative days being a kid or whatever, you don't need that kind of pressure. Certainly when you were in high school, when you have raging hormones like crazy, you don't need boys in the girls' bathroom, okay? I mean, you can see this already. 3 guys standing outside the bathroom. The pretty girl walks in that everybody's interested in. The 3 guys go in. 1 guy stands up against the door so nobody can get in. The other 2 raise hell. Right now, there are approximately 50.7 million students in the public school system in the United States. 30 million of them participate in the school lunch program. Or 30 million students are fed via the school lunch program. Now, we can talk about the school lunch program however it would be, and I know there's abuses in it and whatever it would be. Don't get me wrong. But 60% of our kids eat lunch based on this school lunch program. The Biden administration wants to take the food away from them. There are plenty of kids who that may be their only meal of the day. We've all heard stories of the kids who take the food home, some of the food home with them so they have something to eat in the evening when they get hungry. We've all heard stories about kids who don't eat on the weekends because there isn't a school lunch program. There are people that this is a good portion of their diet, the school lunch program. Now, you'd think, well, the school boards could just say the hell with it and, not admit it. The problem is you get a lot of the school boards in these Democrat cities who want this, but they won't say it because they want the excuse, okay? To blame somebody else. This is how this all goes into play. Oh, it's not our policy. Don't come raise hell at the school board. We're just listening to what the USDA tells us. Well, ignore it. Well, no, we can't do that. Well, your kid won't eat this. The mind of a politician, okay, blames somebody else. It's always somebody else's fault. You know, you make a stupid decision, but it's somebody else's fault. You think that they can't withhold food from us? This is exactly what's going on. I mean, I'll link this below so you guys can read it. This is disgusting. But what can we do? You can homeschool, sure, okay. But again, that doesn't that doesn't change the fact that may be the kid's only meal. If the kid's homeschooled, now the kid doesn't have a meal either, all right? Some of the kids, I mean, their high point of the day is eating lunch. Why? Because eating's kind of important, all right? This is what we are up against. The extortion that the Democrats, the Biden administration, and all the minions are putting us through. You think it's not going to go further? Oh, absolutely it's going to go further. I'd love to see the fact of the U.S., the states, if you will, say, fine, then we're not sending you any tax money. We're telling all our people, our residents, not to give the government any more money, okay? Unfortunately, then the government prosecutes you on federal charges, so it doesn't make sense there. This is bad. That the government is supposed to work for us, not the other way around. We aren't beholden to them. They are supposed to be beholden to us. But now, 535 people plus a potato are telling us, you're either going to do it my way or we're going to make your life miserable. Now, obviously, our option is to vote them out. We saw how well that works, okay? The good old boys network is long since gone. The criminal cartel is now there. I mean, what the Clintons have on the Democrat Party, what the Clintons did is nothing compared to what the Democrat Party is doing now. I mean, this is being run like an episode of Sopranos. This is the mafia that is running our country now. When they're going to extort children, these people need to be prosecuted and jailed. This is it. You don't take children and mess them up any worse than you already have. You're not educating them whatsoever. Let's not create generations and generations of kids with phobias and stories when they're in their teens about, or in their 20s about, oh yeah, I was assaulted when I was 6 in the bathroom at my elementary school. We don't need that sort of stuff. There's a reason why we've always separated boys' bathrooms, girls' bathrooms. Okay? It's a little bit of decency and privacy. Decency has completely left the Democrat Party. No question. There is not a decent cell in any of their bodies. All right? I'm sorry if you're a Democrat, but liberalism is a disease. It's time it's eradicated. We need a vaccine for liberalism. Pinball out.